Guys, I'm out here tonight. It's a little bit windy, so bear with me here. Hopefully, if I get the camera in here, it won't be too awful bad. But took the head off this parts transmission and motor, and I'm looking for a good jug for the Navy L, which this one doesn't look terrible. It's already 30 over, or not 30 over, sorry, 15 over. I'd say somebody's been in here before because the top of that piston is awful clean. The intake valve is stuck open. You can see, maybe you guys can see down in there, but it's fairly rusty. I'm gonna say it had water in it. And when I turned it over, the mag did snap. I don't want to turn it over too awful much here. Just kind of set the flashlight there. See, the exhaust valve opens. It's a little bit stiff where the intake valve's at. Don't blame it. I did try tapping it down too. That might have something to do with it, but the mag snaps. Has a carb on it, but everything's, oh no, throttle moves on it. Choke is stuck. I'm assuming the air cleaner probably filled with water and then it filled the motor full of water. So I don't know if this case, oops, nice Steve. I don't know if this case is any good. I mean, it's corroded, but it's not terrible, I don't think. So that might be a candidate for Navy. I'm gonna stick the head back on it for tonight. Work towards that kind of stuff this winter. Try to put some parts and pieces together to make the stuff I have better. And all the head bolts come out and everything, so that's good. Exhaust manifold's not broke off. Also, plus I would have to paint the cylinder and hone it minimum. But yeah, and if I take some parts off the rest of it, it has a pull start pulley on it too, which is always good to have. So okay, that's it for this small segment. So later, guys. I'm back here at the metal shanty. Yep, later. Hopefully the wind wasn't too bad. Oh, and before I forget, it also had the cooling fin shroud on top of the cylinder head and the spacers. Nice. Alright guys, so I just got done changing. See if I think you guys can see it good enough there, but bad fuel lines out of my heater. They weren't leaking. The heater was starting to act up. Like every other time it would start up, it's like it was sucking air and it was out of fuel. Actually, I put fuel in it. It's just about ready to kick on now. See what that does. About normal. Just acted like it wasn't getting fuel. It would kind of like puff and bang and stuff. And then I put a new fuel line on and it was still doing it. Maybe even a little bit worse, and I found out it was sucking air on the tank. I didn't take a video of it because I was kind of aggravated if that didn't fix it. Basically, I don't have any money to buy a heater, so it would kind of be it for the winter for me, really. So I got that done. I'll go back over here to the motor I was tearing apart for potentially on the Navy L. I'll just walk over here. Screw it. I'm not editing. Let's see. Flashlight. Let me get a flashlight here. Hold on. I don't have my lights set up real good out here right now. I'm just kind of working. Alright, so 15 over. The cylinder is okay. Piston ring gap looks decent. Problem I see with this bottom end. Let's see if I can get this in a place where you guys can see it, but check out how much rock this thing has. And if I can get it to do it, oops. don't know if you guys can see the up and down playing that. I think you guys can hear it though. So, this bottom end is El Tosta. And this thing has so much oil caked on it and baked on it. Cylinder, like I said, is okay. Has a few, you guys can see the scores in it. And where the rings actually go, it's not bad. A lot of that is my fingerprints and smudges from looking at it. So it's not bad. I just ran a hone down through it to see what it looked like. Not terrible. Like I said, the ring gap looks decent in the cylinder even after honing, so I'll pop that piston out, keep with that cylinder. I'll pull the mag and the hubs and stuff off this tractor. I don't know. I don't really need another parts transmission floating around. I got like 12 of them. 12-umpteen of them. One. I think there's 2, 3 in there. And then you got 4. And I think there's 2 over there in the tank garage. 5, 6. There's probably more floating around that I forgot about. Actually, there is. There's another one out there in the metal building, which is that direction. I can't remember if there was one under the bench there anymore or not. I might have moved that out of there a couple years ago, but anyhow, so this is basically going to be a good parts stripping machine. And I'm really debating whether to try putting this cylinder on the Navy L, or if I try putting it on something like this 56 LI or a machine I have. I know the jug is total garbage on, something along them lines, because it seems to be a pretty common thing. I end up with these L's that don't have jugs on them, or the jugs are junk, or something. Over the years I've ended up with quite a few of them. You guys have seen Cylinder Alley over there and stuff, so yeah, so I think it's going to be parts. Even if the mag turns out to be good. Well, the tractor that I got running prior to this video is part of this haul, so I made out with that if nothing else. So, okay, 4 minutes of me rambling about useless stuff, I feel like, but part of working on tractors. Maybe something you thought would be perfect turns out to be junk. Been there. It's a hard life to live, but sometimes it happens. So, later, guys.